Hi, my name is Richard Bromwell and I'm a director here at Charterhouse Auctioneers in the beautiful market town of Sherborne in Dorset. And today it's our time for our walk and a talk around the auction, which is coming up on Friday, the 23rd of October. We've got around about 800-900 lots in the sale, so it's a usual sort of whistle-stop tour through what have we got, what's good, what's hot to trot. So as always, for those of you who watch this a lot, we're going to start off with our ceramics, and we've got here a somewhat pre-loved, tired, okay, a little bit knackered, 17th century, early 18th century Chinese charger coming from a local client, and it's quite nice. I don't know if you can see it on the back here. You've got a very nice little label on here from the Geoffrey Godden collection here as well, and that's quite interesting. And something like that, it's a little bit pre-loved, as I say, but it's probably sort of good £300 to £500. The market for Chinese has cooled down, but it hasn't cooled down that much, we're still getting some very, very high prices for items like that. But another charger, which is certainly one of my favourite pieces in the sale, is this lovely, let's get it around the right way here, lovely plate here. And we've got here, waste not, want not. And this is a classic sort of mid-19th century, made around about 1850, Minton charger, sort of in a sort of a Gothic encaustic tile style. And of course this is designed by Fusion. And this plate here again came in over the counter. Little old lady came in with a little old bag with a big charger in it, and that's estimated between £300 and £500. So a good piece of design, and I love the moral waste not, want not. You can imagine that sort of full of 3 bits of bread that a family had to eat, and they only put 3 bits out so they didn't waste any. So that's a good piece. Again, the market still very, very good for that. Again, down here we've got lots of pictures, more ceramics down here. She's a bit of a belle, isn't she? And we've got this big picture up here, come from a client down in Exeter, and she's a bit of a belle, isn't she? Probably sort of a lovely Parisian lady here, signed right Langer, and probably around about £1,000. Again, she's quite an attractive lady. I certainly wouldn't mind taking her home with me tonight. But as I say, she's going under the hammer. She's around about £1,000, so she'll certainly cover a large amount of wall space. So more ceramics. You've got Ladro, Japanese. We've got a lovely little part service here. Lot 49 of this lovely crested wares. Can you see that? Isn't that lovely? The sort of thing that I suppose your local squire, this is what you had made. You had your dessert service made here with your own family crest and motto on it. So again, lovely Chamberlain's Worcester. So around about a couple £100 for that. A lot of interest in this huge Chinese vase here. Again, we've had some huge 6-figure successes with Chinese, and quite a speculative one this. I think personally this is a late 19th century one, but however on the day, which is on Friday the 23rd of October, you can listen in live via the internet and we'll see how lot 51 gets on. It could do well, that. It's a shame we can't sell that by the weight, isn't it? Again, more pictures. We've got a lot of maps here. Again, maps are still fashionable. They're not as fashionable as they used to be. This is a lovely one of Surrey here. And what is quite nice is up in the corners, you've got these little vignettes here of the castles there. So again, if you lived in Surrey, what a great present to have for you, for someone. But you don't have to just sell maps of Surrey in Surrey, because a lot of people used to live in Surrey, now live in Dorset. Again, always a perennial favourite is charming little painted Noah's Ark here. And here we are, we've got the elephants and we've got the giraffes and bits and pieces there. And lovely little child's toy there. Again, always popular, very decorative. And it's only a 20th century one, and one like that, a couple £100. But this is a very cheesy lot. Now we do like a little bit of cheese here. And I've got this lovely George III cheese stand here. So you'd have your truckle of cheese in there. And it's a lovely thing. It's missing a couple of little bits and pieces. And as they say, sadly it's only got 3 wheels on my wagon, and I'd imagine probably to find one of those charming little wheels is quite a difficult thing, and that's why this little cheese coaster is estimated between sort of £150 and £200. Much better condition, complete with all the roundels, and it's missing foot there. It was certainly worth a lot more. So a bit of a project, that for someone. So again, coming up here. I don't know if you can see this here, but never smart. I'm not going to sing it. And a crocodile. So you've got a crocodile, a lion, and a lioness at a watering hole here. It looks like it's going to kick off, doesn't it? It's a bit like sort of Friday night down the Dog and Duck. But a good picture here by Winifred Austin in 1901. And that's estimated between £500 and £800. So again, you know, just a really nice picture there, assuming you like crocodiles and lions. And then going to swap round there. Coming on round, we've got lots of books, lots of children's books. Lovely little Dean's Rag book here, little Mickey Mouse book there. Part of a big collection of children's books we've got here in the sale. We've got more books, lots of books, more pictures, a bit of a Rudy Nudie there, more pastoral scenes. We have pewter. We've even got this rather bonkers Meccano Ferris wheel here, which it's actually battery operated and it does work, but we've all been playing with it because we're all kids at heart, and sadly the batteries have run out, so I can't show you how that one works. Coming down here, we've got walking sticks, we've got more pictures, we've got more books and items there. Another Rudy Nudie picture up there. I'm going to come on through to the main sale room now. Again, this is where we've got another huge sale room full of lots in here. We've got more pictures hung up on the wall here. Again, we really do try to display items the best we can here because you want to see pictures up on the wall. And up through here, we've got around about some of the region, about 6,000 books here. So several libraries that have come in. We've sorted through the wheat from the chaff. We've pulled out the good from the bad. And these are sort of residue items here. So all the way up through here, there's thousands of books. I'm glad I don't have to lift these. Have given me a bad back. Then up through into the main showroom in here, we've got all the furniture. And again, we'll have a quick little walk and talk about the furniture here. So again, we've got loads of pictures up the tables and chairs and what have you. And coming up through here, some lovely furniture as usual. We've got a pretty little Edwardian, can't look at the top on this, pretty little Edwardian inlaid mahogany bedside cupboard here. And that's probably sort of 150 to 250 pounds. The veneer's all lovely, it's all good and quiet there. Shiny. And down through here, we've got this. Sadly, we couldn't display this because it's only got 2 legs on the back of it, and it's got a nice little marble top, which again is upside down. But a French console table such as that, £500 to £800. Some rather mad carving here, isn't it? Look at how deeply carved that is. And again, a good sort of Anglo-Indian table, estimated between £500 and £700. Then around here, more pictures on the walls, more furniture. Lovely pair of wing armchairs. Quite rare to get a lovely pair of wing armchairs these days. Okay, not the most desirable upholstery, but someone loved it, didn't they? And for a good pair of 18th century design chairs, they're probably worth £1,000, those, because they're a pair. Good design. Baby grand piano, more furniture, more pictures. And these are charming. You know that big Chinese vase that we had in the back sale room? What better place to stick it than on a lovely pair of carved hardwood jardiniere stands, inset with marble tops. Again, we like things in pairs here, and a pair of little Chinese jardiniere stands like that, £500 to £800. Again, you know, really smart. So when you've got your £100,000 vase, that's the sort of thing you're going to want to stick it on. And down through here, oh, this is great. Come and look at the, quite an unassuming piece this, until you open it up, and it's got one of the most charming interiors. A little lady's bonnet de jour, and we've got these little mirror sections here that they actually pull out. Beautiful fitted interior. You can change all the heights there. And again, you've got these little, come and have a little look at these, you've got these little books here, and they're actually little, well, they're not really, they're hardly secret, are they? But it looks like a little sort of miniature library in there. And again, just a really sweet piece, that. The sort of piece that when I've got my 1-bedroom apartment up in Holland Park, this is the sort of furniture I'm going to put into it. And this one here, estimated around about £1,000. It's got a little fold over top here, a couple of pull-out drawers, and of course a pull-out work bag, although it looks rather like it's a bit of a mad, laughing, smiling face there. So down through here, more furniture. This is nice, you know, if you're a collector, you've got coins or medals or the library bits and pieces, whatever you like. Just a nice little Victorian piece, that, couple £100. Again, rare to see these small little collector's cabinets. Victorian rocking horse, more chairs, more pictures, jardiniere stands, Regency furniture, Georgian furniture, Victorian furniture. But now it's quickly time to whiz through into the cabinets in here, and we'll see what we've got in here to talk about. Again, this is where we like to keep our small nickable bits and pieces. And now, looking at this, can you think what this is going to be? No, you can't. Okay, fair enough. How about that? Look at that. What do you give the fisherman who's got absolutely everything? And this is actually quite a rare Farlow's We're going to call this a fly reservoir, and it's got lots of little trays in there. Farlow's, very, very good manufacturers, and this probably originally had a leather outer case on it as well. Lovely oak, super condition, and that'll do a good £300 to £500 for the Farlow's Fly Reservoir. Lot 286, 23rd of October. Remember that. So if you've got a fisherman in the family, buy him that. In the cabinets, we've got more ceramics, and these are charming. That's a long way down. These are charming. Some little portrait miniatures. I don't know if you can see that there. Wonderful bright colours. But have a look at this, because this one actually here, this here reminds me of a member of staff. Because when I turn it over, it's got this lovely inscription. It says, "Old and ugly." There we are. That reminds me of Matthew Whitney, who runs our classic car department there. And again, this is part of a lovely collection of miniatures, which you've got in the cabinets down there. I suppose there's round about 15 to 20 miniatures, quite a large section really. And, you know, again, they're going to value, I suppose, between sort of £50 and about £600. There we are. So that's a lovely collection of miniatures there. But a couple other bits and pieces that are in the cabinet in here. Again, it's always difficult to know what to show you because there's so many interesting items. And we have here a lovely bit of treen. And if you know what that is, you're certainly a very smart person. It's actually a knitting sheath. So you have your extra third knitting sheath popped in there, and then you can usually just stick it under your arm, and you can get 3 knitting needles. So you can do cable knitting, I think, for socks and things. You can also just have it as a second hand, so you can look after your baby, do the washing up, and knit one, purl one, or whatever it is. So a lovely bit of treen, that lovely bit of social history, worth probably £150. Worth a lot more than £150 is this lady's 18-carat gold and diamond Rolex wristwatch here. Estimated between £3,000 and £5,000. It's got its box, it's got its papers there. And again, to go out and to buy this watch new is probably 18, maybe £20,000. So again, present for the wife, present for the girlfriend. You certainly can't buy for both, can you? But that's, as I say, come up for the auction on the 23rd of October. Again, more bits and pieces. These are always charming, aren't they? A little Japanese 5-case in-row with a net skew on the end there. Beautiful lacquer decoration here. And again, for a little 5-case in-row with a little net skew there, probably £300 to £500. But the last couple lots I'm going to talk about is books, because we've got thousands of books in this sale. We do a huge amount with books. But hidden amongst the books, the thousands of them, there's always a few gems, such as this one here. This one's lot 350, and quite a nice binding to it. And then you open up, okay, well that's kind of quite nice, and you open up another page, you go, oh, what's this? Signed by Enid Blyton. It's a lovely presentation copy here. Signed, it says here, "With warmest gratitude and friendship to my Christmas book partner from Enid Blyton." There we are. Isn't that super? Can you see that quite nicely there? There we go. And this actually was to Lionel Brimble. Now, Lionel Brimble, this was his personal copy from Enid Blyton, and he was a very important contributor to the book to this book called The Christmas Book. And we should be coming up to Christmas very, very shortly. And it's the sort of thing which, again, any Enid Blyton collector, I'm sure, would give their right arm for. Had a lot of interest already. We've notified the Enid Blyton Appreciation Club. We've had a few phone calls from America, and hopefully that'll do well. And that's estimated between £300 and £500. So very rare copy of that. And then the last books you've got to talk about is basically a couple of my heroes here, Shackleton and Scott's. A couple of volumes here. We've got Shackleton's The Heart of the Antarctic and Scott's Last Expedition. Some amazing writing. Well, it's not really the writing, it's actually the photographs. We've got here, illustrating the book here, Mountainous Seas. I mean, you know, we've got some pretty good technology these days. But when they were sailing around in the sort of the 1900s, it was pretty harsh. So a couple of real good little light reading for the weekend. Couple of volumes there, estimated between £100 and £150. Well, again, there's our brief whistle-stop tour of our auction. We're now taking entries for our next auctions. We've got a classic car sale, huge classic car sale with motorbikes on Sunday, November the 8th. Again, you can have a look on our website for all the entries on those. And we're taking also entries for the auction on the 19th and 20th of November. We've got a vast selection of silver, jewellery, watches, selection of wine, port and spirits there as well. So if you've got anything you'd like to sell, get in touch. You can give me a call on 01935 812277, or check it all out on our website. That's the best place to look at, which is www.charterhouse-auction.com. If you like any of the lots in the sale, send us an email. We'll give you condition reports on them. You can go to the other website again for live internet bidding, which is www.the-sellroom.com. Big plug here, and where you can listen into the auction if you'd like to, where you'll see some of the lots we've talked about coming under the hammer. So I hope you enjoyed it. You have a great time, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.